Hey, guess what? The new season of Russiagate is with us, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if you saw the big headlines. Oh, look, the P tape is real. Critics claim Kremlin leak confirms every awful thing about Trump ends up being absolutely true. So there's, again, we debunked this in another video, this whole story by this guy, Luke Harding. I had Aaron Mate on, who's the award-winning journalist who debunked Russiagate. He's the premier journalist to do that. And so he also debunked Luke Harding in this story, right? So this story is not verified at all. It's complete made-up garbage by Luke Harding. And if you believe that he had some documents that came from a leak inside the Kremlin, you would also have to think that the Kremlin still was using mechanical typewriters in 2016. So this is a completely discredited story. Of course, it goes in Raw Story and these garbage, and they're trying to say the Steele dossier was real. The P tape is real. The Steele dossier has been discredited 100%. It was put together by a spy, a British MI6 spy, a guy who hadn't been to Russia in years. And it was all made up. He paid people inside to make stories up, and they did. And his sources even told him, hey, this isn't reliable. By the way, it was opposition research. So that Steele dossier was just opposition research that the FBI treated as real. So here's the New York Intelligencer. The Steele dossier was a case study in how reporters get manipulated. That's right there. To pick the worst press failure of the past half-decade would be a daunting assignment, but the coverage of the Steele dossier would be high on any list. The document, penned by former British intelligence agent Christopher Steele, was commissioned in 2016 by the private research firm Fusion GPS, in turn working for the presidential campaign of Hillary Clinton. So this guy got hired by a company working for Hillary Clinton. So Hillary Clinton's company, Fusion GPS, hired this guy to put together some dirt on their opposition, which was Donald Trump. It's called opposition research. Everybody does it. The aim was to dig up dirt on Donald Trump, especially regarding any ties he might have to Russia. Steele delivered, alleging a long-standing conspiracy between Trump and the Kremlin and offering details that proved to be as unfounded as they were spectacular. Huh. So, but it made for some great television. It made for great television, people reporting the Steele dossier. Most infamously, a surveillance video of Trump cavorting with prostitutes at the Ritz-Carlton in Moscow, which is known as the P tape, which does not exist. Although they were certainly specious, these claims spawned countless news stories and prompted government investigations into possible ties between Moscow and Trump. There was a stream of intelligence that trickled a little bit of bullshit in at a time. That's what that means. The Steele dossier is just one recent instance of the media presenting the public with information that originated in a vast, opaque industry of private spies and operatives for hire who inject the mainstream press by feeding tips and scoops to reporters. So, in other words, they were stenographers to paid spies, and that's not how the news is supposed to work. So that's what they're, so everybody in the press in the United States were stenographers to paid spies, a vast, opaque industry of private spies and operatives. That's what MSNBC, CNN, the New York Times, Washington Post, The Intercept, BuzzFeed, Young Turks, all of it. That's what they were repeating when they were repeating the Steele dossier. They were being stenographers to paid spies and operatives. New York Times veteran Barry Meyer says people who got it wrong are not really raising their head over the parapet at this point and saying, yeah, I got it wrong, and here's why I got it wrong. Wow, people in corporate media not admitting they got stuff wrong. I am shocked. I am shocked. Hey, Barry Meyer went on, we as journalists need to reassess how we engage with hired spies and private operatives. No one went back and scrutinized Christopher Steele. No one went back and scrutinized Fusion GPS. It's our job, and it's always been our job as journalists to scrutinize information, and that didn't happen here. I mean, the Steele dossier reporting was a travesty. The whole Russiagate reporting was a travesty. The fact that I could get it right, a jagoff pothead comedian in my garage could get that right, when everybody from CNN to the Washington Post to everybody at The Intercept, everybody at MSNBC, everybody at the Young Turks got it wrong 100,000%. It tells you that those people are shit. And our system is shit. And they go along with herd mentality. And when a fucking comedian who's not even trying does a much better job than they are, that's why you see the country's in the position. It's not because of Facebook posts that this country's fucked up. It's not because of misinformation on Twitter. This country's fucked up because the entirety of the establishment media works for fucking 5 people. And they're all looking out for their own ass and their own career. And they have herd mentality and they're gutless. The best of them are gutless. Jonathan Chait. Oh, the Steele dossier is looking more and more real. Hey, Jonathan, I don't know, but your own magazine just debunked it. Jonathan, your own magazine. See, the story I just got done going through, they just debunked it. But that guy will never have to pay a price for all his Russiagating, for all his bullshit, for all his garbage reporting, for all his misinformation, for all his lies, for all his lazy, not unfact checking. He'll never have to pay a price for that because he's a garbage person who lies in favor of the establishment. 5 years of this crap and we're still going through the same cycle, says Primo Radical. And here is the cycle. Media makes outrageous claim like they did here. They said, oh, we got this leak from the Kremlin that confirms everything bad about Trump and the dossier. So media makes outrageous claim. Democrats screech, we told you so. Claim gets thoroughly debunked. It's already been thoroughly debunked. Media quietly retracts the story and the media makes new outrageous claims. So we're just waiting for the next new outrageous claim. Start cycle all over again. Primo Radical got it right. So this is the new season of Russiagate. They're saying that they got this stupid leaked stuff that confirms the dossier. Dossier is not confirmed. The shit Democrats are shit Democrats. Shit libs are still shit libs. And Aaron Mate should really be given way more awards. How about that? Our live shows are back. August 4th, we're in Burbank. August 7th, we're in Chicago. We're going to Portland. We're going to Boston. We're going to everywhere. Go to jimmydorecomedy.com for a link for tickets.